Spooky music. I like it. It does remind me of the, I was going to say the original Hero Quest, but this is a game within its own rights. I used to enjoy playing Hero Quest with Craig. Craig had the original board game. This music might get a bit grating in about 10 minutes, but it's pretty cool. Ooh. Maybe we need to turn it down though, it's a bit loud, isn't it? I think everything's a bit loud actually. Options. There we go. Turn everything right down. I'm glad it's not one of those games that has a heartbeat. Now you might not realise this, but some games you play that are quite spooky have this little bum bum bum. I think like one of the Resident Evil games has it. And what people found was that your actual heart will synchronise to the sound of you hearing somebody else or somebody else's heartbeat. So if a heartbeat's going really fast, yours will go really fast. It's a weird phenomenon. So I'm glad this game doesn't have that. It always spooks me. Alright, so I used to enjoy Hero Quest. Select profile, Ribbo. All heroes need to be called Ribbo. Easy, normal, or hardcore. I think everyone goes for normal, right?
Unless you are a baby man.
Now, here's the thing, Boomer, right? Now, this is what I'm hoping, right? That this is going to be a game which does traps well. Now, the original Hero Quest had lots of traps, right? You'd walk over a certain tile, and it'd spawn a lot of monsters.
Yep.
But what?
Be fair on that front.
What I don't want are the FU traps, where it just goes, lol, you went onto this tile, you're dead, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know the types.
Yeah, the ones where you have literally no control over whether your character dies or...
Right. Right, I mean, because Hero Quest always had randomness in it, right? Because you basically, you shuffle all the tiles up, and you lay them out on the board, and they're all face down, you don't know what's where. But you could always... There was always games where traps were done smart. It's like, we gave you a hint, but you didn't listen, so this is what's going to happen. And that's what I'm hoping for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The type of game that just goes, it's your fault, we try to warn you.
Yeah, give us a fighting chance in this front, you know, rather than just going lol, you're dead.
Exactly.
Yeah,
On,
all right. Hero Quest was also in the days when NES Hard was a thing, which was basically like, you know, an entire genre of games which were just dealt by lol, you're dead, like Ninja Gaiden.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, what you don't want is a game that is purely RNG. Like, for example, there was a couple of...
I was going to make a Hearthstone joke there, but I'll pull back on
Yeah. But, trying to think of the Eldritch Horror stuff. If you ever played any of those board games...
So that would be like Call of Cthulhu.
Yes, exactly. And there were a lot of those ones where you get all the way to the end and you fight Cthulhu, and each character had basically a 10% chance of sort of winning. Yeah. And that was it. You just roll the dice, you went, oh, you rolled a 7, so yeah, you got turned insane. Next character. And you know, and whether you succeeded or you failed, I didn't have a great amount of decision making to actually make, you know. So that's what I want. I want at least some decisions. There's still going to be that RNG in there.
I think that comes a lot from what we're seeing in the, I suppose it'd be Sekiro now, but more like the Dark Souls games that we're seeing at the moment, where if you go in totally unprepared, you're going to get utterly destroyed.
Right, but it's the ultimate skill game, though, isn't it? There's no RNG. All the attack patterns are
telegraphed and all the rest of it.
So it's a learned behaviour. You die, and eventually, hopefully, at some point, you don't die, or you get really lucky and don't die.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we've got some text to read. On the night of celebration, hosted by the king himself, there was a deep and sinister evil lurking beneath the castle. So nice original plot here. Castle evil at the bottom. Gotcha. The sorcerer, with his orcs and goblins, dug tunnels and attacked us from below. Evil sorcerers.
Why is it always sorcerers? Why can't it be like evil bard or something? His music.
Gobbos. Well, gobbos wouldn't follow a bard, would they?
No, to be honest, I think that in the when I did indulge in D&D, it was usually the bard who everyone got killed first because they just got fed up with it.
Yep. Monsters from another dimension were summoned, and within a few hours, every man, woman, and child were butchered in a night of blood and drunken frenzy. The only people who survived that night were here in the village. A village haunted by the screams of our fallen brethren. You must now enter the castle to face madness, horror, and death on your ultimate quest to defeat the evil sorcerer and his minions.
Is this? To be honest,
we must warn Master.
This game will be the first, but there seems to have been. Does it have any sort of, or has it been shown to have any sort of either roguelike element, like say Darkest
Master, they are coming.
I see them.
The whole dungeon.
What would you have me do, Master?
A lot of
open the gates. Let them in.
Skills.
Yes.
You're talking over the. So yeah, it is kind of a roguelike in that Hero Quest was always different every time you played it, but there were certain rooms which were in the dungeon fixed. So, for example, there were certain sort of boss battles that had a fixed layout, so it had a huge tile for the layout.
Yeah.
But how you get there was completely randomized every single time. But yeah, we can learn about it in this game. So you left click on an empty floor. This game's actually pretty affordable. It's about £6 on Steam. So I think that's kind of the right price. For these kind of laid back games.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Undertale was priced around there as well, wasn't it? And sort of the very unless it's like a AAA release these days, I don't think.
Which best part of £70 nowadays.
Yeah, and I think that that
plus expansion and DLC and
plus day one DLC and all the rest of it, but plus microtransactions. Plus, yeah, we'll stop there before I go on a rant. These sort of the more indie games, I think that you're seeing these sort of games, which require less investment and less cost. It's like these. I think that if it is a game like this, most people aren't willing to pay more than sort of $10-15 at most for this sort of game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when you're buying a game, you expect about 15-20 hours enjoyment out of it, and you get any more than that, it's a bonus, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Like short games, there's some short games I really enjoyed, but anyway, so we need to left click on the skeleton to search for treasure. This will test your perception. If you succeed, you will discover some treasure.
If you fail, you will probably activate a trap.
40% chance to find treasure, which I failed. Now, it's interesting because obviously you can't search for it again. It's just like, oh, you didn't find anything. Why would you ever check it again? Because you didn't find anything. We have a gobbo. Your attack and accuracy control how much damage you will do with each strike. An attack of 1 and accuracy of 60% means there is a 60% chance to score a hit, and obviously to deal 1 damage. This repeats for every attack point. The enemy will use his defense to try and block those hits.
So it's kind of like the inverse probability thing. So it's like if you have an attack of 2, it'll be 2 60% chances. So you'll have like a 76% chance.
Yeah, the way I think it does, so the Barbarian has a 40% chance to block, it says here, and deals up to 3 damage, 60%. So he basically, every damage point he deals is separate. So he deals a point at a time. So he does 3 attacks, each with a 60% chance to deal a single point.
Yeah.
So it's like a bell curve, isn't it?
Yeah, and you'll have like this is. I can already tell this is probably very similar to like that tabletop board game where you're probably there thinking out what if you're deciding whether to attack. It's like what's the most likely outcome? Is it that I hit once? Is it that I hit twice?
Yeah, it's like if you got 5 attack points and you need at least 2 to hit, or else you're going to get mullered.
Yeah, so it's like you go, do I have like an 80% plus chance to hit?
Exactly. Yeah, you like those kind of games, don't you?
I worked in finance, is what I do.
Skeleton's spooky head just fell off. Ooh.
Well, that's not at all foreboding. It's something that always gets put in these games, isn't it? It's like you are the chosen one. Everyone else's head has fallen off.
We have a magic pot. You can find these magic pots throughout the dungeon and use them in the village to upgrade your abilities. The last surviving monster also drops the magic pot. A Skull of Fate. Upon activating the skull, one of the following will happen. A random enemy will die. Well, that's good. A random enemy will suffer 1 to 2 points of damage. You will be healed for 1 to 2 points. You will get some gold, or nothing will happen. Good spelling on happen there.
Nothing will happen.
Happen. The hapening. Yeah. Magic the hapening. So all the things are good anyway.
Yeah.
Let's click the skull. No, it did a point of damage to the gobbo.
It's like second worst. Well, no, I suppose healing is bad as well there, so.
Now here's the thing: when you've got a choice of whether to go left or right, and you go right, you then have to go back and see if you missed anything going left, don't you?
Pretty much always.
Abilities. You can use abilities such as the Barbarian's Throwing Axe to win a battle. These are unique powers and can only be used once in every quest, so use them with care. It's your oh shit button.
Yeah. So it's like the, I suppose magic will probably work the same like it always did in role-playing, where it's like, you have so many charges of your spell and you have to like sleep or whatever in order to get more. So same sort of thing.
We murdered him.
Yeah. He did 1 damage, you could have just walked up to him and smacked him.
He looked like a spellcaster. He can't be trusted, spellcasters.
No spellcasters can be trusted. This is also the point where you find out it's one of those games that tries to subvert your expectation, and gold is actually completely worth it.
Barrels must be smashed. Everyone knows that.
No.
Can't attack the rats, which is sad. Magical attacks. Some characters like the Wizard and Goblin Warlock have a magical attack. To block magic damage from either an attack or an ability, you must have a spell shield. Note, there is also chaos damage which cannot be blocked by any means. So there's the we're not playing fair.
Yeah. And what's the betting that every boss does chaos damage? Like every single one. Oh no.
So we can go out, but we still have rooms we haven't checked. We must go back and check these rooms. Rooms must be checked for the loots.
A magic pot.
We've missed 2 rooms, so we've got to go this way first. A chest. And the chest wasn't a trap. Wasn't a mimic.
Must be the easy level of
the dead end. Good room, like, that one.
Who had to do the artistry for that room? It will be seen once and never again.
You are brave, even though you are doomed. Mwahaha, you are doomed. I'd voice the bad guy. Bad guys are always the best ones to voice.
Have you seen the amount of health and pots he's got?
Yeah, a bit more than me. I've got 6 health. I'm guessing maybe he boots me off down to the bottom of this dungeon or something. Oh no, he runs off.
So why would he run off? Just like kill you right here.
Exactly, yeah. But you know, he won't be doing a good job there.
Yeah. Wouldn't be doing a good job being a bad guy because bad guys are always stupid.
You must return to the village and rest for your next mission. We have a village. Some important things you can do in the village. Rest at the tavern to restore missing health points. I'm guessing that costs gold. Learn new spells. Buy potions. Resurrect dead heroes. And start a new quest.
But I want permadeath. I've been playing too much XCOM recently. It's like, need permadeath, otherwise I am unhappy.
Okay, so here you will find new heroes that can join your party for a fee. To recruit a hero, drag him on your party. If you have enough gold, the hero will join you.
You don't have enough gold.
You have recruited 0 of 4 heroes. The next hero will join your party after you have completed 0 more quests. Okay, so cool. We can have somebody. Okay, a knight that's actually a paladin, since it's some kind of healer. A dark monk, a mysterious traveller who possesses both the arts of darkness and light. Why not a light monk then? Why is darkness the trait that defines him? That's not fair. He is able to use both at will. Okay. He is able to use both at will, in other words, both light and darkness at will, to inflict or cure pain. Pain is good. We have an archer, everyone likes archers, a highly elusive character that can set up traps and shoot with deadly arrows. Her agility allows her to evade melee attacks and sometimes hide away from prying eyes. We have a wizard. This character is very weak in close combat, but his highly potent spells are capable of altering the outcome of any battle in your favour. I want an archer, since they have perception. So I need to complete 4 more quests now to get another character.
That's to get one for free, I take it. Like, are the ones you can buy, or...?
Yeah, well, yeah, so you got to complete so many quests, and then I guess there'll be a gold cost afterwards. And what do the potions do? Each hero may carry 1 to 3 potions. Drinking a potion will consume it. Well, drink it. So you basically said drinking a potion will drink it. You may only use 1 potion per turn. So we have, obviously, cheeky healing potions. I'm not sure about what the others do.
One's got a very One's got. They've both. There's a couple there that have got.
Suspicious.
The design of the bottle. It's not going to come out too quickly. That potion, is it?
Potion of Life heals your character. Upon consuming this potion, one of the following will happen. If it's we don't know if it's what type of potion it is. If it's a low quality potion, it heals +1 health point. There's a 70% chance of it being an average health potion that restores 2 health points, or there's a 10% chance of it being an exceptional quality, restoring 3 points of health. Then we have Potion of Resistance, gives you 2 magic shields to protect you against magic. Potion of Rejuvenation. Your character has 1 additional action for this turn. Potion of Refresh. Refreshes your mind, allowing you to recast a spell you have previously used. Does not refresh abilities with charges or ammo. We have a Divine Potion. Completely heals your hero and adds +2 magic shields. Okay, so that's Super Potion.
That's why it's 350 gold. Right?
Then we have the Stone Skin Potion. Reduces all incoming damage to a maximum of 1.
Seems pretty good as well.
Learn powers and skills. To learn or upgrade an ability or skill, you need to spend 1 magic pot. An ability may only be used once in a quest, whereas a skill can be used multiple times. Drag and drop the magic pot at the bottom to a slot. So we have the Throwing Axe, which is an ability.
Which is currently at 1 out of 3.
Counter attack. Every time you get attacked, you have a chance to attack back. And that's a 10% chance to trigger, okay? A double attack. As you study your opponent, you are able to launch an additional strike every 5, 4, or 3 attacks, depending on whether you've spent 1, 2, or 3 pots on upgrading it. Fear of Steel increases your offensive powers, giving you +1 attack, +2 attack, and +10% accuracy.
I take it that's at each level as well, so level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah, so that's how many pots you've spent. The effect lasts until you exit the room. So that's an ability. So you go into the room, you see a lot of enemies, you play your Fear of Steel ability, and that allows you to do, well, more attacks on everything you do until you leave the room. Gotcha.
Which one? So is it skills are used multiple times and abilities are used
Yes,
once?
abilities are once per dungeon. So you sort of big rooms, stuff like that, and skills you can use over and over again, because it like this one counterattack. This looks to be like a passive ability.
Yeah.
Every time you get attacked, you have a chance to attack back. So it's like a 10% revenge.
So the first time you do it, it's got a 10% chance to trigger. You just do a normal attack, and for every level you get up, it gets 10. The bonus attack gets more effective, basically.
Like Craig, I think Craig would love this because he used to love Hero Quest. So let's see whether we can get him around. Right, so tactic skill improves the overall effectiveness of the barbarian in the battlefield. So the first ability adds 1 damage to Throwing Axe, so not so great because Throwing Axe you can only use 1 per dungeon, so it only gives you 1 extra damage there. Number 2, surviving enemies struck by Fear of Steel. So surviving enemies struck by Fear of Steel test their courage. Right, so if you use Fear of Steel and you hit an enemy and it doesn't die, there's a chance it will be feared. I'm assuming that's what test their courage means. If they fail the test of courage, they flee, don't they? Yeah. And if you spend a 3rd point, there is a 50% chance to do a triple strike when double strike triggers. So that's the double attack, possibly. Mm-hmm. Now, double attack is fixed as well.
Yeah.
So you're able to launch an additional strike every 5, 4, or 3 attacks. So it's like you can plan when you're going to do your double attack, can't you?
Yeah.
It's like single attack, and then the next one's going to be a double attack. So I'll save that for something that needs 2 attacks.
Yeah. Or if you get a triple attack out of it.
Haha. Rage. If your health drops below 2, 3, or 4, you gain +2 attack for as long as your health is below the level. Okay. And man-to-man enters into man-to-man combat every time you initiate an attack. Each character attacks in sequence. Bonus attack lasts until you exit the room. Right, so that's an ability where nothing else happens. So no other monster can move towards you or cast spells or anything like that. It's like the two of you just fight each other constantly. Okay, so what shall we go for? I quite like Rage. I like the extra 2 attack when you get to low health. Gives you a chance of beating everything up.
I do like the idea of double attack. It's got a lot of synergy with the rest of the. It does seem to have synergy with the rest of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that triple attack going on.
Okay, so
throwing axe seems like throwing axe does seem like at level 3 it's just a murder button because it just automatically does 6 damage or something.
Mm-hmm. So we'll put our pots into double attack.
Oh, we got 3 in the last level, didn't we?
That's right. Yeah, so we can start. Or we could have given them to the archer as well.
Oh, right.
Who has detect traps, very important.
Oh, yes.
As you move around, you are able to see hidden traps in a distance. So if you spend 1 point, it's 2 squares. 2 points, you can check for traps around you as you enter a room. And if you spend all 3 points, your party tests perception to dodge a trap when they accidentally step into it.
So that stops you from just auto getting screwed by a trap.
Mm-hmm. Surprise attack skill. Upon entering a room, you have a 20, 40, or 60% chance to launch a surprise attack to the enemy.
I'm going to be very disappointed if it doesn't go surprise.
So we're looking for the skills rather than the abilities, aren't we? We're looking for the repeatable stuff to start with. Oh, we've got mend wounds over there. Okay, so that's
right, heal, bog standard heal.
Yeah. Right, let's try and trigger the campaign. Here we go. So are we here? Here we are here. You must now assemble your party and travel to the castle. The evil sorcerer is always watching. Yeah, we'll definitely spend some points on traps, I think.
Because you know it's coming. You know there's just going to be the dirtbag trap in there somewhere.
So, the archer has an ability called Trap. Set up a spear trap in the target location that deals 1 damage to the first enemy that walks into it. Mm-hmm.
And these abilities, from what I can remember from the one, they tended to get properly out of control the higher that you got. But it was at the end of it, if someone had max level laying traps, it was the whole room is just covered in traps. It's any enemy moves in there, they're just dead. Fail.
I'm sucking. Get him! Get him, boys.
He's got like a 20% chance to block, and he managed to block like 3 times in a row.
I think my archer missed the first time.
But rats on your 4% roll. It's like straight out of the gate.
Barbarian's always going first in this game. Archer's a bit of a weakling.
Yeah. Just in case you get surprised.
Indeed. Oh, something to loot. 40% chance to find treasure if the barbarian does it. What if the archer does it? 50% chance.
Archers are better thieves than barbarian.
Higher perception.
I suppose so. It would be a perception character based on traps.
Suspicious gold on the floor. It's a trap. It was a trap. There we go. Traps. The castle and its dungeons hold many traps. Most of them will trigger only once and then become harmless. Traps can only be detected through a skill or by carrying a torch.
Not a very well hidden trap if it can be detected by light.
I guess maybe you have to be like 1 tile away or something there.
Yeah. I like how your archer just walks straight back over the spikes just because it's a rather splatty rat.
Big ol' room. Let's go for the spellcaster first. Yeah. Eat it.
I like it. I love the death animations of the game where it's like the guy just in. He just turns into a skeleton. Like, the arrow is so powerful, he literally just his skin and everything is flayed off his body and he just turns into a skeleton.
Hooray, more gold for me.
We're gonna need it. Remember to search the entire dungeon so you can get your pots.
Well, we found one. 1 pot. I wonder if there's a map screen. There is. This is a map screen. Here we go. So yeah, as we can see, there's 2 rooms we've gone past, so that we can go back to.
Yep. And that was something you always did, if I remember.
Can't leave a room.
Oh.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
This way. No. Oh, gobos! Oh, good shot.
Got a much better hit chance.
Got his double attack in right on time as well.
Bang! You gotta check the chest for a trap.
Yeah, if I had the skill. Oh, it's one I'll have to get. 50 gold. Rich. Can we retire on this? I don't wanna, you know, get any sorcerer. I've got gold now.
Yeah, I mean, if it was sovereigns, if you had like 239 gold sovereigns, I don't know what they're worth these days. It's like, you know, back in the old days, they used to be £1, but I'm pretty sure that an actual sovereign's worth more than.
We didn't go in this room. What's in this room? Oh, just a chest. Let me guess, it's trapped. Oh, okay. Nothing else here, apart from a dead rat on the floor.
Oh, so I actually went on to like the Royal Mint, as it were. Like, you're looking at sovereigns and they're all made of copper. I don't want mine to be made of copper. I want it to be made of gold.
Ooh. Yeah, suck it, goblin. But we can't get around there, can we? Can we? Yep, there we go. Your path is blocked, so we have to sneak round here. I'm assuming I can't shoot at this one either because of the... oh, no, I can, yes. So they've got like a range of 5 or something. Uh-huh.
Ow, 2 damage.
I know, it was harsh, that wasn't it? I think my barbarian needs healing here. Ah! The herbs in the potion make me feel better.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mate, if you go by current prices, you've got £77,000 there. You know, I'd be legging it if I were you, personally. Sod the sorcerer, we've got money.
319 gold.
Yeah.
How are we doing with this map?
Having said that, though, if it is worth that much, you're getting ripped off by these adventurers.
There's a hidden room here that we've missed. Look at this. We are here right now, and there's this hidden room, which is here. So there must be like a false wall here, and we maybe didn't have the perception skill to find it. Or maybe it counts as a trap.
Who knows?
Let's go back. I'm guessing that you probably need a certain class to be able to find it.
There'll be like a thief or something.
Yeah.
It's
definitely that way.
That was one of the most valuable classes always, wasn't it? The old thief.
Funnily enough, it's the class Craig always played in D&D sessions. He'd always be like, I'll check this room out first.
I'll keep the treasure of the party safe and secure.
Oh.
Followed by, where did Craig go at the end of the mission?
Well, it's always everyone would kill stuff, loot the bodies, and then run off, and I'd be like, I'll just check the rest of the room while you guys are running on ahead, and then get the DM to slip me a note as to exactly what I found.
And it always, thing is like you turn up at the next place, like, why are you suddenly wearing mithril armor? Because I'm rich, damn it.
That's it. You spend the wealth discreetly. I have resources at my disposal.
Yeah, death to barrels. Barrels must die.
Do you think they'll ever... Would it have been better to use the archer to kill, though? Because doesn't she have higher perception?
He wasn't even facing that way. He blocked the attack from behind.
Damn straight. Uh-oh, now you're done. How many attacks have you had? You might get a double attack.
No, they both got blocked. Double attack, both got blocked. Archie went, I'll deal with this.
Yeah, that's standard.
Another trap, man. Time for a potion.
It's like classic wizard did it, isn't it? It's like, whoop, blocked.
That stone on the floor looks peculiar. I think the word he was looking for was a suspicious.
Yeah.
That stone on the floor looks suspicious. It's a secret passage to another room. Na. Does this look vaguely familiar to Hero Quest, Craig?
Does. I was just thinking this looks like a situation where we go Jeff, our less clued up adventure friend, going, Jeff, you stand on that while we wait to see what happens.
I did find that it always got... It was so... The dynamics between people who had played these games before and hadn't was... It was like you get the old innocent people who don't know that the DM's in a bad mood tonight.
Well, Craig always played lawful evil.
Yeah. You've got to be a good guy through whatever means are necessary.
When I started, I mean, I think everyone does it. Most people do it. It's like you generally had when people started, they were you either started as lawful good, just because you wanted to be the goody two shoes, or you started as chaotic evil. It was like there were very few people who, in their first few games, did anything other than either extreme.
Well, you always got these people who want to play paladins. Like, paladin, it's really good, isn't it? I've got big heavy armor and I can do stuff. And do you realize you have to be lawful good? You realize how utterly dull that is.
To be lawful good, then you get the guy who's an assassin who's chaotic evil. Like, oh, God, someone's getting back. I'm
going the wrong way again, aren't I? Don't listen to me. We need to be going this way. The secret room is this way. There we go.
Well, the thing was, at the time, I also didn't realise, when I first played, you didn't realise that some things were just blatantly overpowered in the builds that you were playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You realise that at early stages, someone who's a magic user is somehow doing more melee damage than a fighter. It's like, what am I doing here again?
I quite liked it for a lot of things, because it was that when you first start off a lot of time going, and you're fragile as a magic user, but it won't be long until, you get stone skin or whatever else, and then, well, hey, and it all takes off. But it's having a DM that goes, great, so you want to play a bad character? There are ways around that. And you'll just face overpowered characters. It's kind of creating a world where if you want to play by those rules, that's fine, but so does everyone else.
When you return to the village from a quest, your heroes will have low health. They do indeed have low health. They stepped on many traps. To restore to full health, it is necessary to rest them, otherwise you will start the next quest with the same health. 50 gold per character.
It's Airbnb for Hero
Robbing
Quest.
Bastard Tavern.
Yeah, it's not a quest.
We just worked out that 50 gold per character in modern day currency is something like £1,500. So it's like, that better be a nice room they're renting you out there.
Oh, if we check the reviews of this hotel, I think we could find better in the local area.
Yeah, the current prices of gold sovereigns are quite high. I do feel like these sort of games are always they're the type of games to me. I mean, they sort of roguelites have this in particular. Where it's like they do create stories where it's like I was doing so well and then the game boned me, or the DM just decided we were having it a bit too easy tonight and spawned 3 behemoths or shit.
Yeah, that's exactly the one guy in the group decides to be a bit of a pain in the neck to the DM and going, no, really.
What was it?
Not going to end well.
Was it Beholders, the brain thing with eyes that disintegrated you? So
they had a basic paraphernalia of offensive attacks. And you're like, oh look, we've dodged one, just a dozen more to go.
A dozen more to go, and by the way, if any of these hit you, your character basically gets deleted. Unless disintegration.
The best one was the fact that their kind of main defense prevented all magic. So your most powerful weapons in your arsenal, no worky.
Yeah. And then you looked at then you played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and Beholders were crap.
Yes, this is it. This isn't according to the law.
Were they called Beholders in that? Because I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, they were Beholders.
Hasbro has the copyright on the phrase Beholder.
No, I'm pretty sure they were called Beholders, but they upgraded to Evil Eyes, I remember.
Like you said, a lot of them are some eye version, eye monsters and eye spawn and evil eye, kind of all varieties of, but it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, but Beholder, there's certain words and phrases that Hasbro Wizard of the Coast have rights to because they own D&D. Saproling. That is a Magic the Gathering creature, and so in other games they're always called saplings. They're not called saprolings but the same beholder, and the design of the beholder is purely a D&D thing, and I know other game companies have been sued for using it because they thought it was like a public, like skeleton is, nobody owns a skeleton. Well, we all have one, but...
We all have one, yeah.
No, it's too late. It's been patented that you're not afraid to refer to it as that.
That would be quite bad if someone just went, sorry, that's mine, I'm having it, like murder.
They're all called Skelly Bobs, anyway, we all know that.
Wait a minute, there's an HD version of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 on Android and tablets, and I haven't been informed of this. Oh dear, there goes my week off after London.
I think we're going on the detect traps. Here we go. Pots are being spent on detecting traps.
It's on Steam as well, awesome. Oh, but it doesn't have the expansions. I love how they always say it's like the source code. This has been like, the source code has been lost. It's like, how many copies of this game were? There we go. I am now trying to solve the mystery of whether they are called Behold. They were in the dungeon, if I'm correctly in Heroes. Yeah, they're called Beholders, and they have no melee penalty. That's their bonus because they're a ranged creature, but they have no melee penalty. And their upgrade is an evil eye, and the only thing that's in them is that they get more shots. It's like no melee penalty.
So we're going to head off to a quest to find the dwarf. Never get a dwarf angry. Just, because they tend to headbutt, and, they come up to about waist height. Never ends well for you.
No, it doesn't end well for you. Never, and also dwarves were absolute assholes in Heroes of Might and Magic because they're always magic resistant. It's such a night. It's like something about being short and having a massive beard apparently to resist a meteor getting dropped on your head.
Let's go this way. Oh, wrong way. Look at this. Look at this. We've got to go back and check the other room first.
It's always a crossroads. I'm sorry, it's a crossroads. I'm going to be here for a while, guys. You checked with the wrong guy again. I'm here shaking fists on the other side of the...
I'm more worried about traps. It's like Archer has less HP.
It's like you are offending my percentage calculations over here. That's one thing. Is undead a protected term?
No, because it's been all the movies, haven't they? Kind of from age-old vampire terms and stuff. I think that was. I'm trying to think when it first came out.
Because I just noticed something. Because it's just going down memory lane. I did notice all the undead for the necromancer, but then you've got the ones for the wizard which are unliving. That's like gargoyle. It's called unliving.
Yeah, it's probably too vague a terminology, isn't it? To that you can get away with specific names.
Yeah, you show him how it's done, Archer.
That is it, isn't it? The Archer Ribbo swinging his sword and missing. It'd be like if it was named. At this point, I'd be thinking, yeah, this is probably about what it would be like if I was actually in a dungeon, just swinging stuff and missing.
There's a pot up here.
Always get the pot to upgrade your stuff. I'm guessing these sorts of games tend to snowball out of control if you miss a lot of stuff. It's like you miss something and you will pay for it 4 levels down the line with one pot.
Yeah, you got to check every room, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not quite as hard.
It's a dwarf. We found him.
I remember there were games like System Shock, where it was basically if you didn't put skills into what you needed, early in the game, you literally got to a point where you couldn't beat the game. And it was always something really random. You need to put some skills in.
Yeah, there used to be an arcade in a Dungeons and Dragons game, and they'd fill the game with all these choices. But if you were the good old min-maxer, you could literally learn where the exact how far back you could go. So you could go almost like 90% of down one route, just the very end, stop, and then turn around and go down the other route the whole way to kind of min-max all your drops and your gold. And that was good. That was I say an arcade game. It was fantastic.
That looks like boss combo there.
That was Chronicles of Mystaria. That allowed you to do that.
Oh, what was it? Was it Dragon's Quest or something like that, where it was almost a point-and-click adventure with that? So it's basically one of those where you just pumped quarters in, it wraps up, well, not quarters, but 20p's or whatever. You just pumped money into it for the ages, and once you knew how to beat the game, you could your guy appears to be surrounded.
He's getting hit by everyone.
Might need some healing.
Yeah, finally a miss. 2 misses.
Well, I guess you can miss.
Stop blocking all my attacks, you fiend. Oh, 3 blocks is super gobbo here. There we go, have it.
This is what I always found great games. Dungeon faster than like roguelikes, anything like that. It's always there'll always come a point on, especially for streaming or something like that, there will always come a point where there is just an absolute keyboard throwing moment comes in at some point.
Stop being unfair.
Yeah, you can't always guarantee. You can't always guarantee it when you're playing Magic. When you're playing these games, they're all the wrong way. It's just like, and the chairs. Points. Like table flip as well.
Well, there's a dwarf, but we've still got a few rooms to investigate here.
Yeah, just let him chill there for a bit. He's not going anywhere.
I wonder if he joins your party.
I feel like I should be buying a new WD-40 for some.
Stop blocking!
Never! Are you risking it there when you've got health?
Yeah, well, you know, you got things. These things have to be done. I've still got my throwing axe to use as well, so I can always chuck that. I haven't gone this way. He'll probably die to a trap or something. Ah, there's the skull. Okay, well, he might get some health back off the skull. Gold. There's the pot. See, no bad guys. We Gucci. It's like you always go the wrong way, don't you? It's like, let's go all the way back. Why don't you just go through the right door the first time? Now the dwarf won't be there. He'll just buggered off. Achievement unlocked, the dwarf. Thanks. I thought I was stuck here for a... Do you notice this is not a Scottish dwarf?
So old dwarves are Scottish.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was stuck here forever. That's what he should have been saying. He could have gnawed on that rat or something.
Yeah, he'd have been fine.
The elder sensed something might be wrong and sent me here to investigate. This barbarian's quite intelligent as well, knowing long words like investigate.
Yeah, usually. Hey lad, there you go.
Suddenly broke into Scottish halfway through. So it's he suddenly realised he's Scottish, you know, it's like, shit, I'm letting it slip. They're going to realise I'm not Scottish. I've got to break into my Scottish accent. And the woman's like, men talking. Let's stop talking. Let's go back to town.
Does this mean you get a dwarf in your party?
You'd probably get the chance to recruit him at some point, wouldn't you? Yeah, he's in the party. But, yes, this guy needs to have a rest. It's like, you two just stand outside for 8 hours while I go have a nap. It's like, eh? Yeah, you play with the cat. Go play with this cat outside. Is that a dog? Could be a dog. Might be a dog.
That's exactly what I needed. What else did they give you better?
The blacksmith is available. Hello there, stranger. Welcome.
I have the finest artifacts in the valley.
Equipment can increase your hero's power, unless you're playing D&D and it's cursed.
No. Always.
I'm tired of this ring. I'm going to take it off. And the DM's like, you can't take the ring off. Craig knows all about that one.
And then it starts talking to you. You're like, oh no.
Equipment can increase your hero's power for as long as they are equipped. Only one of each item may exist in the game.
Ah, so they're legendary.
You can equip an item by dragging it to one of the slots in the bottom. So, there is a bastard sword, which increases your attack by +1. May only be used by barbarian, dwarf, and knight. Don't give it the dwarf. The sword's bloody taller than him.
But he would pronounce it better than your bab. It's like you've never heard swearing until you're Scottish.
Increase drag out to unequip. Ah, okay, so you select the character and then you drag the item to the character, and then you can put it back and select a different character and drag that same item to him instead.
Now, so you can't.
Yeah, so cool. Right, so yeah, barbarians having it. Have it.
You've just given it the dwarf, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to swap it back out there. Just making sure that stuff works. Learn some spells.
So the archer probably be the best to learn spells. I'm guessing that dwarves aren't particularly good at spells. They tend to be both resistant cast and being cast.
So I'm going to learn this skill first. Upon entering a room, I'm going to spend the 3 points on this. You have a 60% chance to launch a surprise attack to the enemy. So it's just like might kill something.
It's like just roll initiative, isn't it?
It's a free attack. Free attacks are good. Magic arrows seem pretty good as well. Oh, bandages, there we go. Applies bandages to a friendly character, increasing health by 3, 4, or 5 points. Well, you spend 1 point in that for certain. 3 point heal, definitely having that.
Definitely good.
Need more pots.
It's going to always be like that, isn't it? There's always
more pots. Where do we get the pots? Alchemist, here we go.
That'll be more, like, potion. You know, it won't be, like, spell pot. Same pot. You can spend all the money in the world. God potion.
Emergency pot. Now I like this one for 160 gold. Refreshes your mind, allowing you to recast a spell you have previously used. So on the archer, you get to recast the heal. So it's basically a healing potion for 160 gold that's guaranteed to do 3 points of healing. Whereas this one could only do 1 point of healing.
Or 120.
Yeah, even if it works 10% at a time perfectly, it does 3 points of healing. So definitely I want to be able to refresh the archer's heals.
Yeah.
But then the archer dies and you're like, now I'm sad.
Sad panda, yeah. Has that divine potion got like a flower? It looks like it's got a flower, like a jasmine. Did it?
It could be, yes. Little leaf, maybe. Some kind of twig, something like that.
Yeah. Dodgy potion. Not say anything of the colour as well,
yeah, we'll have 1 potion for the warrior as well. There we go. Dwarf can have nothing, because we're not going to use him. Never using him. Oh, no, we can use him on the next quest. Max plays 3. Apparently there's an option to have multiplayer on this. Assemble the troops.
That feels like it would. That feels like it would be an exceptional opportunity for trolling.
I guess you all get a character each, because you can have up to 4.
And then you just get people going, I wonder what happens if I do this, and just like trigger every trap on the level.
Ooh. Yes, let's put the archer at the front with this orc crusher right next to me.
Ouch.
That makes sense.
That's a mace. Right, this is where the archer moves and the... Hey.
Have it.
Nope, just miss.
Yay! More gold.
Good job you hit there, or the thing would have murdered you. The archer cannot defend.
Yeah, luckily we got the first attack in, which is nice.
Yeah.
So, plate wearers go through first. Ooh, spooky. Ah, we found a trap. Look, we found a trap here. Good archer.
Spear trap.
Oh, and there's another one that we didn't see. Aha, so she's found that one as well. Right, so if she walks around first, so if something's within 2 tiles, she's got a chance of finding it.
Oh, yeah, because it needs to be like max level, doesn't it? In order to...
Yes, I've maxed it out, yeah. Yeah. So when she goes into a room, she has a chance of finding, I think, all the traps in a room. But that's only a chance, otherwise you have to be within 2 tiles.
Right.
But, so it's one of those things where you want her to move first, but at the same time you don't want her getting close to the baddies. Oh, we found a pot. It's always nice when you go to the dead end first, because you're only going to have to go back there later if you go the other way. That's a lot of barrels. Oh, a cheeky trap.
Ooh. Then there's money.
And another trap. Thank you very much. Let's use this mend wounds. La IR healed. Oh, Come a little closer, scum. Right, barbarian. Let's get throwing that axe. Let me axe you a question. Axe to the head. And down he goes. Aha! So there's 2 traps here. That's why he wanted us to come closer.
Yep.
Dirty bastard.
That is pretty dirty putting traps there.
Yep, but we're not falling for it.
Well, you're going to have to fall for it at some point, right? Because you've got to go over 2 tiles.
Party chests. Perception to dodge a trap when they accidentally step onto it. I don't think there's any way around this, so Barb will have to go first there. No! Leave my Barb alone. Oh, good blocks.
Ow, the dwarf's taking a kicking.
Have it.
Yeah. Oh my god, the skeleton did the split when it fell over. That's just like double painful death.
Found nothing. Found more bloody traps. Can't disarm them though, unfortunately.
No, you need level 3 for that, don't you?
I have level 3.
Oh, I thought you had
This is just detect traps. It's not disarm traps.
Oh, I thought you had a certain... Yeah, you can dodge it. Can't you? Test percentage dodge.
Yeah. So you still got to trigger them.
Which is a bit unfortunate, really. Ah. Oh, disarm that one.
Big room Ogobos. And there's our lever that we have to use. So I think we're going to stick around here. Does he have any abilities, this guy?
Unless it's...
Oh, so the dwarf has detect traps 1. And the archer has detect traps 3. Because I spent the points on that for the archer.
So it's really bad news that you keep walking over traps.
No, well, we've detected them, but there's no other way to...
No way to disarm them.
Yeah. So we'll send the warrior in, I guess. Let's work it out. If we go here, they're going to surround him. But they might not be able to move that far. Blocking my warrior. It's unacceptable. Two blocks. What is this? This is outrageous. And hits for 2 as well from this guy. Wow. Warrior, dwarf's on 1 HP and he's down. Dwarf is down.
You're going to have to pay for that.
Well, we can make a run for it. And I'll heal up the this guy in the other room. Here we go. Let's get my healing. 2 points of healing, damn it. That's outrageous. Wait a minute. So, okay, right, yes. So she's got a chance of doing that surprise attack every time she comes into the room. Ow. We might have to run out and run all the way round to the other end of the room.
I think they've kind of blocked you off, right?
No, I can still go back out the way we've come. 2 points of damage. This guy's taking it here. Time to heal up. There we go. And you missed the other gobbo, that's no good. Wow, really? Savage. Hitting him there for 3 each attack. Brutal. It's being ruthless, this game. Let's see if we can go all the way around here. Heal up a bit. See if we can get in the other way round. So I'm guessing that's the gate that we have to open. Nope. No way round there. I curse you, Archie. She cursed me. Another trap here. Busy getting murdered here. The game's being really harsh.
Like, you spawned into a room with 9...
No, I'm getting beaten up by gobbos. There we go. We have failed miserably. We must now return to the village.
How much is it going to cost you to resurrect that one?
Yes.
I like the fact that it actually says that you failed miserably. Like, jeez, kick us while we're down, guys.
Right. Where's the...
At least they didn't disintegrate you, right?
I wonder if you can... No, we can't. We can't just rest at the tavern when dead to heal up. I was like, that would be novel. Right, so where do we res them up? Elder? Let's have some advice. I could give you some advice, but you wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh, that's nice of you. Is there any way of getting them back? Or do we have to start a new game, is the question. Oh, you can craft... Ah, right, okay, so the crafting all costs gold as well. So I could have got myself a shield. Like this shield here.
Sounds useful.
Blocks all arrow attacks. May only be used by barbarian, knight, and dwarf.
That probably would have... Well, no, you didn't take much...
No, it was Gobbo stabbing me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They just went stab. And stabbed me again. Feather boots. These boots allow you to walk over traps without triggering them.
Does armor class still go down to like the negative? Like negative is better.
What, in D&D? Craig will probably help you with that one.
I don't know about the most current rule set, but it used to be, yeah, you could go down to quite low minuses.
With various bonuses, but then, strangely enough, the baddies ended up getting stronger as well, didn't they?
Yeah, this is it. Or like I said, if you had a really high armor class, then you just come up against magic users. Like, it appears my magical attacks aren't bothered in the slightest by your rather high armor. And that's, it's adding that bit of, logic to your games, because it is easy to power game, but then it's so challenging. And as always, the challenge with these kind of games is to entertain and challenge your guests or players.
Am I just boned here? There's no way of doing anything with these characters now.
Shall I do some Google foo? Shall I do some Google foo to see if we can find how to resurrect people?
I don't think there is. I think we're just...
Well, it did mention that you could resurrect in Dark Quest 2.
But how?
You're playing on normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're already okay there. It's just like if you're playing on the hard, can't.
You can't res on hard.
Yeah, you can't res on hard.
What about on easy?
On easy, you get more hit points. On normal, it's just...
So maybe you just have to res up. Maybe you just have to have at least the character still alive. I'm not sure.
The grave digger who you need to speak to.
Okay, so is it maybe somewhere else on the map? There we go. Okay. So there's a whole new area over here. Yeah. So if you hold down the mouse button, there's more stuff over here. Yeah. There's the gravedigger. Then we have a harlot. Oh, it is in fact that. It's a brothel.
That brothel.
Bonus stats for your next quest. And we have a merchant. Who's...
Your guys are happy for whatever reason. Oh, that'll go. PC work. Have any corpse for me? Yes, all of them. It's more efficient to resurrect heroes together.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So it's just 20% of your gold. That's fine.
Yeah,
there we go.
It's cheaper than a night in a hotel.
Exactly, yeah, just let them die. Let them die. The brothel. I want to have some fun. That's what it's called, is it?
Hello there, sailor. I know I'm a barbarian.
But yeah, this one we did here, this was a bugger, so we'll go the other way to start with. To the gobbo chests. I'm assuming they've dropped their items, I'm not sure. We'll soon find out. But yeah, don't play on hard mode, you can't rest.
Yeah, you'd basically be boned.
Steep learning curve as well.
Yeah, steep learning curve, die. Okay.
Ooh,
yeah,
so
easy is basically, easy is each hero in your party starts with 3 extra health for each quest. Normal is normal. And hardcore is heroes cannot be resurrected once they die if all your heroes in the game.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, you would have just died. But it doesn't make the characters that you're up against any harder.
Gotcha. Right, so how... Well, we've got a couple of...
I suppose it means that you can't actually... there's no hard loss on an thing that isn't hardcore, because 20% of nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
So you can always, just keep resurrecting your guy. I do like how they say it's more efficient to do them. So it's like, you just kill them. Wait until I've killed 3 people before I start resurrecting people. It's too expensive.
Goddamn sneaky gobbos. He's got a triple attack chance, so he can go straight after the hag with all the HP. What was that noise from the dwarf there? Alright, so whoever kills that hag takes a point of damage. Well, you can heal up. Mend wounds. 2 HP, damn it, I thought you did 3 HP. It does say 3, 4 and 5 as well. Hooray! Lots of gold. And we didn't even click on the skull. The skull of fate. Ooh, got another HP back though. That was quite an intensive first room, that. It's like a new dungeon, lots to fight already. Another hag. Never enough hags. Yeah, eat it, hag. Eat my arrow. How rude. Blocking my arrows. Good miss there. Swing and a miss. Yeah, that's it. Beat that hag up.
Always the hag. Are you using the old surprise attack going on?
Yes, that was a surprise attack, and she went for the hag as well, which is nice. All hags must die. I'm guessing this is like a surrender flag for quitting the map or something.
Yeah, F this.
More traps. What's going on here? Let's go left. Oh. Big old bow and arrow there at the back.
Ballista, is it? Oh no. That is a... This is where you need magic.
I'm wondering what this guy's range is.
Hopefully not across the whole cavern.
Have it. Archer saves the day again.
Grippo smart.
Let's get these out the way so the archer can start looting.
Police sirens, you broke my immersion.
Where were those sirens at my end? I've got my earpieces on.
Yeah, I think we were. Nothing like that happens near me. Living in like the world's most boring area.
Bit like Beeston in Nottingham. front page headline was once graffiti found on wall. This is genuine front page headline of the Beeston Gazette or whatever it was. Graffiti found on wall.
Yeah, not much exciting happens in your
yeah,
area.
But you know, it's just full of old people. It's basically like a retirement village.
Yeah.
So this is like the most outrageous thing to ever happen in Beeston. How dare people graffiti walls?
Like, think of the children.
Right, so we haven't gone this way. Oh, we can go round apparently. Okay. Oh, sneak attack on Big Bow Dude there. Suck it, Big Bow Dude. Needed that extra attack there. Give him a good chopping.
Woo!
God damn it. I said chop! Chop, damn it.
Like, low roll. Because why would you not low roll?
Another sneak attack, very nice. Archie goes first. Obviously there's going to be a trap here. Oh, apparently not. Apparently not, no traps. Yada da da. There's no way of avoiding that. And this is the other side. Okay. Right, you are. The exit. We are free.
Victory.
Everyone likes the creaky gate, right?
Yeah. I've just got the creaky. I've just got the creaky chair.
We need to learn some skills. What can the dwarf do? Disarm. See, the dwarf has disarm trap. There we go. But the dwarf's also got detect traps.
Useful stuff.
So we could have, like, not spent the points on detect traps on the magician or the archer or whatever. Just giving it all to the dwarf. It's like, you can detect them and disarm them. And set them.
So, same stuff as the archer, basically.
Well, part of that is
Well, he's got
melee and she's, like, ranged.
Yeah, it looks like the dwarf is much more set up as like a defensive melee fighter. He's like got a load of blocking stuff, not much stuff that does a load of extra damage, but a lot of block.
Deflect. Successfully resisting or blocking a projectile attack has the chance to deflect it back.
100% for magical? Wow. Told you dwarves were good against magic. It's like, fling your fireball back at you.
You just put him in the room, don't you? The other two characters stay out of the room and he just, you know, just bounces everything back.
Yeah.
But that's only if he does successfully do it.
Yeah. It's probably a low chance.
Shield block. If you suffer damage from a physical attack, you have a 40, 60 or 80% chance to enter into Fortify mode, allowing you to successfully block the next physical attack. So it just kind of halves your damage, doesn't it? You know.
Halves the amount.
Counter bash. With every successful block, you have a 40, 60 or 80% chance to hit back the enemy with your shield, stunning them for 1 turn. So basically the plan is, you know, you send the dwarf in, you give him all the armors in the world, and everyone else just heals him up, and he goes around bashing and stunning everything and deflecting.
Yeah.
Taunting barrels. It puts a barrel in the target location. When an enemy passes through an adjacent square, the barrel will draw attention, forcing the enemy to break it.
Check out my barrel!
Well, you just paint a face on the barrel, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like the target dummy, isn't it, Craig, in Hearthstone?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so the first character you get, the barbarian, is pretty craptastic.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Like he really, other than the double attack, he doesn't have much going for him at all, really.
It seems like your standard just like DPS show, doesn't it? He's just like get in there and do some deeps.
You just want to dump his ass, is what you want to do.
When you get something better, yeah.
Right, so the archer can place traps in front of the character. So that's the plan, isn't it, with that one? It's like you enter a room, you put a trap directly in front of you if you see that you've got enemies with 1 HP, because they're going to run over to attack you and die on the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Spend some more points in mend wounds.
Heal more efficient.
Let's go check out the blacksmith. What can we craft at the blacksmith?
Well, you've got some money, so...
Money.
You got your bastard sword, haven't you? 3 fate. That's got to be luck.
Luck of some sort, yeah. Plate armor increases your defense by 20%, but lowers your movement by 1. Knight shield blocks all arrow attacks. Staff of teleportation teleports your hero to the target location. May only be used by wizard or monk.
Which we don't have, so.
Increases traveler's boots increases your movement speed by 2 and your perception by 10%. Feather boots stop you from triggering traps. A flail attacks an additional adjacent random enemy. Look, it's a flail, isn't it? It flails about. It's random. Iron helmet. When you get successfully hit by a melee character, he will suffer 1 damage from the spikes. I'm not. If I see a guy wearing that iron helmet, I'm not punching him in the head.
No, it's like it seems that it looks like we've got the usual standard of intelligence coming from our opponent on this.
I'll kick him in the leg, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm not going for his head. Do I look like an idiot? Well, the goblins.
To be fair, most goblins do look like idiots.
Ooh, Pendant of Life grants +2 health to the one who wears it. Torch allows you to see traps in a range of 2, so 2 around the torch wearer. Dwarf and archer may add +1 to their detect traps radius. Book of Magic increases all magical damage from your spells and abilities only by 1. That's fine. We don't have a wizard yet. Oh, a bow. Precision bow, ranged weapon. Adds 10% accuracy on your ranged attack. Longbow increases your attack range by 2.
Quite cool.
I'm guessing you can't equip a longbow and a precision bow. It's like I'm firing 2 bows at once. Don't ask me how.
It's like, I am power.
Book of Lighting. Not lightning, Book of Lighting. Increases the... I'm guessing that's a typo. I reckon that might have been... Could have been lightning they wanted to go for. Increases the damage from your attack by +1. Sword of Vanquish. Adds +1 damage to every attack you make. May only be used by Barbarian. Ooh, that's pretty good.
So yeah, Barbarian's your DPS.
Because he's got double attack as well. So that's nice. Book of Spells grants +1 charge to every ability that uses charges or ammo. So that'd be good, strangely enough, on the archer.
Mm-hmm. Because you get more...
Healing
charge.
uses a charge, right?
Yeah.
And she has a lot of abilities that fire weapons. Oh, and there's a warbow, increases your attack by +1. So, let's try and see if we can... +1 charge to every ability that uses charges or ammo. Give that to the archer. Is there anything else we could have crafted on the cheeky sly? Just some heavy armor. Oh, and that shield that blocks all arrow attacks. For when you're arrowed. Yeah, let's have the flail. That seems good. Warrior can flail about. Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Boomer then?
Yes.
He's playing a magic arena. And his hero sounded suspiciously like Teferi.
That was a very
Why? Why, Andrew? I thought you were better than that.
No, I'm technically not better than that.
Like we were discussing lawful evil again, weren't we?
We need to move quickly. I was like, that's Teferi.
Yeah, because he's the one character who distinctly does not quickly.
But it's like... you don't want to be playing Teferi in casual ladder.
No.
That's how you get hated.
Yeah. It's
20-minute rounds in casual.
Yeah, it's just the standard, like... Yeah, it's just the absolute standard of if I see my opponent go Watery Grave into Hallowed Fountain, I just sink them on casual ladder. It's like, oh, do that shit on casual ladder, that's... It's fine, I do not wish to be a part of it. You do what you do, you. You know, at least the Jeskai.
So I reckon if we were to stand back here, that gobbo will trigger the trap. Right. If that gobbo walks through this trap, I'm going to be very angry. He does! Oh, you dirty bastard. That's... Clearly, that trap should be triggered by that gobbo. And then he blocks my attacks. Yeah, I'm not having that. This is an outrage.
Outrageous, I tell you. It's like this will not stand.
Got like gold over there. Fat amounts of gold. We have skulls to click on.
And a shed load of bosses, a shed load of monsters. That didn't do anything. You got gold. That's not what... That was 1 damage.
So they have to be... The spellcasters have to be in range as well. Look at his room. Wait here for 2 hours while all the animations go off.
Yeah, that is the room of beatdown, isn't it? That is a beatdown.
No spellcasters can cast from a distance.
Magic doesn't obey your rules.
This is the runaway room. Oh, of course you missed, dwarf. Fantastic. Get rid of him. Flail attack, yes, good. You get off my barbarian, damn it. Target is too far away. We're running away back to the other room. Is that the plan?
We're legging it. The old like red dwarf thing. Change your plan.
Ow. That killed my archer. That bow and arrow's got a long range on it. All these archers and spellcasters.
They're making your life difficult.
Yes. I think we're into running away. range on that bow. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, like 8 tiles. Blocks and then deals 1 damage. Good warrior.
So I'm pretty sure that's the dwarf's job.
No, they don't want you surviving in this game. It's like they're just here to get you murdered.
Yeah.
Run away. Abandoned quest. Are you sure you want to abandon your quest? Any items you have found will be lost, but you can keep all the magic pots you have found and 50% of the gold. Yes, I will abandon this one. So that was brutal. And I will resurrect this other one up, since I've only got 73 gold.
I thought you bought all a load of shit before. Yeah, it's going to get a bit easier, I know.
14 gold spent resurrecting. Seems fair. So we keep the equipment, which is good. You don't, like, drop the equipment when you die, which is weird. It's like glued to your body.
Yeah. It's not like it is in Diablo, where you have to go find your corpse. You know, it's like...
So you're just doing your dailies and a bit of magic at the moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you playing to get your wins?
Playing some gates as well. I've had a little play around, and it's like I'm just playing around. I've still not opened any Kaya's Wrath. It's like unbelievable. It's like open like another 15 packs, and I've got like 4 Hydroid Crisis, 4 like several mythics, and like pretty much all the Shocklands, 0 Kaya's. Like really.
It's a hard life.
Yeah. It's also when you realise that you should not test your... Because you know you can play against Sparky now.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, you know, you should not test your Esper deck by playing against Sparky. It's like, because Sparky will not concede.
Ooh, here we go. A new thing to learn. Sanity. In some rooms you will face horror, and your hero's sanity will be tested. If the hero fails, he will become insane and will attempt to attack one of his allies. Alright, okay, so there's a test of sanity tile that you have to walk over. Okay, fair enough.
Sounds very Lovecraftian.
Throw an axe. So as long as the archer is doing the test of sanity, that's fine. Because the archer's pretty weak on the attacks. Ooh. Orc drums. Literally a guy with drums. Stop finding gold. I don't want to find gold. Found more gold. Deal damage to the enemies. Stupid skulls.
That's all it does, isn't it? It's like anything apart from fun.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, you block all the attacks. Yeah, Archer gets stuck in though. Have it. Have it.
I just love that you're looking at like a wall of large maces.
Hit him!
Never.
Swing and a miss, gets an additional attack, and the second one gets blocked. Nice. What am I paying this guy for? Then the gobbo hits me for 3.
Yeah, it's like, this is the point he goes, but you're not paying me. It's like,
Everyone missing. It's a miss fest.
everyone is rolling. A critical failure.
Give me that gold. Yeah. Let me out of this room. Come on, dwarf, get out of the way. Dwarf stood on the tile to exit. Dwarf never hits anything, he can go first. There we go. No problem at all. And sure enough, he misses horribly.
Why would he do anything else?
Treasure! Stop hurting my barbarian. Yeah, I'm glad I just turned the footsteps all the way down. Like this, the footsteps is on like 10% noise. Or else it would just be like. It's like every monster's gonna hear you coming.
Yeah.
Gets extra attack, which also gets blocked. No, he got feared. Courage. During combat, some monsters may attempt to intimidate you. When that happens, your hero will test their courage. If the test fails, the hero becomes afraid and misses the next turn. Okay. Well, come on. Time to do your flail attacks, warrior. With your 1 HP. He got mashed and I was looking at a screen and didn't even see it. Stop intimidating. Damn it.
That's a pretty big flag he's waving. Barbarian doing what barbarian does.
Yep, being crap.
I don't want to die. Well, you will be doing, sure.
There we go, kill him at the back. And obviously missed the one right next to you.
Well, to be fair, that is always downside of archers, isn't it? It's like they're very, very good at long range, but they are absolute gash against anything at short range.
Miss! My god damn it. One damage. Good job, dwarf. Get blocked again. Right, time to heal up, dwarf.
I will crush you. I didn't realise.
Why are you stood there? Why is the archer stood on the left? I send the dwarf through first, and all of a sudden he's at the back of the fight. Thanks a lot, game. That is extremely suspicious. It's like, I'll be having words with the creators of this game. Like, previous to this, whoever goes through first is at the front. And then just this one time they went, lol, that character on 1 HP? Yeah, they're at the front, even though you sent them through last. So use this skull. What do you reckon? More gold?
More gold.
Oh, there we go. 1 HP when he's already at full health. That's what you wanted.
Good skills.
And then immediately gets hit afterwards. Oh, he hit for 3! This is the greatest day in our lives. He did 3 points of damage with an attack. Rest of the time, miss, miss, block, miss. both are sat there missing each other.
I mean, you could excuse the... What do you call it? You could excuse the... like, orc dude, because, like, dwarves are small.
Picked up a skeleton necklace. Oh, pot that away. Yes, this is one of these I am a girl and wish to play on easy mode games.
Yeah. Told you, man, it's from the days of ASR. These people did not mess around. Those days. It's like, you got your ass kicked. That's how it works.
Let's go through the secret passage. The exit! We made it! Hooray! We get to keep our gold. That's the important thing.
Yeah, that's the important thing. So you can live more of 20% is...
Like at the blacksmith, it's like, oh, we'll just craft something just to spend the gold so the Undertaker doesn't get it.
Yeah.
No cash for you. We have a holy night. We need more heals, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn healers, Craig! You can't
You never
trust
find
them.
one when you need one.
Anyways, what do you think of this as a £6 game?
It's definitely a toughie.
It's a toughie, isn't it? It's a challenge, this one. So, but you know, Craig, this is how games used to be, right? So they weren't meant to be walks in the park.
Yeah. There was no easy, medium mode. There was just dead hard. Value for a game, make it impossibly hard. I'll keep them playing for a good... We didn't play these games. You get 20, 30 hours of playtime. You've got games at Christmas, and that was it. And that had to last you until next Christmas. And they very often did.
You did get 30 or 40 hours of playtime. It was just all on one line.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you did the same. I mean, stuff like Ghouls and Goblins was really bad for that because you had, obviously, 6 or 7 zones in the whole game, and each one getting progressively harder. And so you'd need to learn the attack pattern of, like, the last bosses. Like, Castlevania games were bad for this as well.
Yeah.
But you had to go all the way through the game for an hour and a half to get there, and you'd have like 1 or 2 lives left, and you'd be dead. It'd be like all the way back to the start. You never got to practice the stuff at the end. But then those games were just there to take your quarters, weren't they?
Yeah. Take your money.
Take your money. They weren't designed to be fair. In fact, if you think about it, if you look at like a lot of the games that have microtransactions nowadays,
Yeah.
they're all designed on that model, aren't they? So, for example, like the original Gauntlet arcade game is designed on the same model as the microtransactions nowadays, because what you do is you put your first credit in, and you get a fair amount of gameplay for that first credit.
Yeah.
The fights aren't that hard, your health goes down quite a little bit slowly, but you can pick up the food and stuff like that. And the idea is to get you invested into the game. So, you get in like Gauntlet, you'd get like 25, 30 levels in, and then it'd start getting harder.
Yep.
But you wanted to get further into the game, so eventually it killed you, and you were like, well, I've done a fair amount of progress, I don't really want to go back to the start of the game, so I'll pay for another credit and keep going. And then obviously you're getting a lot harder and harder dungeons, so you're getting less and less time for your money, but you don't want to go back to the start. In fact, there's a very famous carnival con called Razzle Dazzle, and it has this same kind of concept, which is basically you roll a lot of dice, and whatever number you get on the 5 or 6 dice corresponds to points. And the idea is that one roll of the dice costs you double your buy-in. So, it goes 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. That's how much money you have to spend each time you want to roll the dice. And the con man who does this carnival trick basically gives you the first roll for free and goes, oh, you scored 5 points, and you only have to get 10 points to win one of the fabulous prizes, like a PS4 or something like that. And it's pretty much impossible to score points. The first time he says, oh, you scored 5 points, he's actually lying and deliberately miscounting the dice. And eventually, you spend $64 on a roll of dice, and $128 and $256, and of course, you lose all your money trying to win this because you thought it was so easy. And every now and again, when you're about to give up, he gives you a couple of points with your next roll, by miscounting the dice again.
Yeah.
And it's that same kind of thing with how microtransaction games are nowadays, because let's say, look at something like Clash of Clans, where you get all your starter stuff and you're fighting other people who are crap at the game, and you beat them up because they're just bad at a game, and eventually you get to someone who's just got much better equipment, and no amount of knowing how to play the game better than them is going to compensate for the fact that their stuff's better than yours.
Yeah.
But at that point, they're hoping that you're emotionally invested in the game, because you've been playing it for like 15 hours. And then they try to hit you with the microtransactions to get you to spend more money so that you can compete with those people. And if you do, and you do compete with those people and you beat those people, but then of course you get to the next people who you have to buy even more items to be able to compete with them. And it's a never-ending stream of people with better gear that you need to spend money to catch up on. So eventually, your level is not decided by how good you are at the game, but by how much money you're willing to spend on the game.
Yeah.
And that's how the microtransactions work, and that's how these early they're all based on these early arcade games, which was the progress you make in the game is based on how much cash you've got.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same with pretty much all mobile games are notorious, where it's like you'll get a lot of gameplay for free initially, and then they'll go, right, now it's, and especially if it's against an AI.
Oh, especially if it's time gated. Yeah, those time gated games, like the newest Elder Scrolls game that's just come out.
And
Blades, isn't it? Elder Scroll Blades. Oh my god, the chests are time gated in that game.
Yeah. And it's like, like Star Wars game. They're all on the same model. Is basically you only play so much, and the thing is, what they do is they basically now, I would consider personally, this is just my personal opinion, I consider it completely hostile now at this point to anyone who is free to play. It's like it's absolutely hostile to them now. There is just no way, and especially with the Star Wars one, because we're not talking like, if someone would say, if you spend 10 quid, you can compete. You spend a few quid a month, you can compete. It's like, no. It's like, if you spend like $500, you might be able to compete. It's like they are literally the definition. The more money if you have money, you will win. If you're willing to put in this absolutely life-changing amount of money, people, because it's like, I very well may be in a position, £500 disposable income per month. I'm not going to spend it on a mobile. It's just one of those things where and it basically just applies to addicts, basically. There is no other way to put it, because there is no way anyone who's making a vaguely reasonable purchase decision is going to spend $500 on Boba Fett from a Star Wars, or in this case it would be Revan. But having said that, though, there are people who do make it, and the reason that you know that was that if people didn't buy shit, the game wouldn't do it. Basically, it was like the only reason that they're allowed to get away with this stuff is because there are people who simply will pay that amount. And it's just I don't mind. You're talking while games you could talk about is Magic Arena. It's like with the latest thing that's on there. You buy 50 Worlds backpacks for $50 when it comes out. It's like, don't really object to that, because it's a new every 3 months. Are you getting Magic now? Every 3 months that comes out. It's like $50 every 3 months. It's like, I don't object to that at all, because you and I both know how paper man. So it's like, nope, I don't object to that in any way. Now, if it was $500 every, then I would definitely, which, to be honest, if you were playing Paper Magic, it probably does come to that. By the time you've taken into account boxes and travel tournaments and tournament entry and all the rest of that, it's like, I would not be getting involved. And in fact, you know, you and I both know, it's like, how long had it been since we played Paper Magic? And we both picked up Arena, we've got decent collections now. And it's like, yeah, fine. We're both fine with it. Because you're not, I mean, I've spent a little on it, but, you know, I've spent virtually nothing on it. I know you've been doing the whole free-to-play thing. But it's what Magic is a game where, unlike some mobile games where it literally is pay to win, like the more money, better you will be, Magic has a very defined cap, how much money that you put in. It's like, you can put in as much money as it's not going to increase skill. All it's going to do is basically give you a wider variety of decks to choose. But if you're still not a good Magic player, you're not going to be guaranteed to win. It will put you at an advantage in like bronze, silver, and gold, you know, bronze and silver rank, because people are still playing cards I've got deck.
Yeah.
But once you get up to gold rank and higher, where everyone's playing meta decks, it doesn't really matter how much you put in. And I also do like the fact that it's monetized in ways that don't affect the quality of your collection. You know, I think we both know that it was fairly obvious that the whole foil thing was going to happen. You know, that was blatantly obvious. But again, it doesn't affect the quality of the gaming. And like, I suppose the one thing that they are giving, the packs, as it were, you know, the one I was talking about for War of the Spark. I think this is one of the first time. I think this is the first time that you can actually buy a specific card. I'm correct on that, because if you buy if you do buy the War of the Spark promo, you get you actually do get a Liliana. You get a copy of
the pre-order. Yeah, you get like you get two, don't you, if you buy the big one?
No, if you buy the $49.99, you get 50 pack, which is about the, you know, if you were to do the efficient thing and buy like 100, you know, you bought gems in 100 buckets. If you were to do the efficient thing, that would be what packs cost, basically like $1 per. But you also get, you actually get a mythic rare, and to be honest, chase mythic rare, you know, I think $25 in paper when she comes out. So you get one of her, and you also get like foiling for us. So it's like you won't see any like ones of them on the ladder. And you also get like the War of the Spark. But I think this is the first time you can actually straight. Oh no! There's the what do you call it? Wasn't there? If you bought if you buy 90 packs of like War of Ravnica, you get 2 Haunts of High Time. So it's not the first time you can buy a card, but you get 2 like shitty thing rare. You buy 90 packs.
It's a lot of packs.
Yeah. Right enough for half the set. Yeah, the general consensus seems to be you need to open about 200 packs to get like the vast majority of the cards you need. Because obviously you'll get like wild card a bit out of that. So, and considering the set has like what 60 something rares in it and like 13 mythics, like you'll get most of what you need. There's a couple of cards in. There are a couple of cards. Thinking that looks busted, or like, you know, someone's gonna break. Might not be good. Well, at least you got through that goblin route. Time.
This time.
Yeah, you are a bit battered. I curse you, barbarian. You've been cursed.
1 HP.
Got any of that healing left? I sense trap. Oh, danger!
So there's a room. So we need to go there, there, and there. So yeah, we've opened the gate. That'll be where the last room is. Goddamn hag.
She's got a skull over her head as well. Fear her. Damage, you know. I cursed you, Archer.
Yep, luckily the archer got it, not the warrior.
Yeah, otherwise it would have cost you a few hundred gold. Actually, it wouldn't cost you anything, would it? Because it doesn't cost you. You're already resurrecting someone, so it doesn't actually cost you anything else to resurrect anyone else.
True, but we made it out, and we have more skills.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Reminds me, actually, I better do some ladder grind.
Oh yeah.
Get up to gold. Season ends in 9 days. Oh, you get 2 card styles if you get up to platinum. So it's like platinum is what you should be.
That's right, yeah. I've done that for this month in Magic Arena. I've got my 2 card styles. I don't know if it's like fixed card styles or you get to pick one at you know, of your choice.
I think that it's
just it'd be fixed like for that month possibly.
Yeah, that's
you'll never get again. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, I think that's what they're doing for every. Season 4 doesn't tell you. Right? How helpful. But yeah, I always think you're onto a winless play game. I always think that you can make something which has literally no value. People pay for it. You know, like the what do you call it? Like the it's like they have literally zero. But you know, they're not collectible. They don't make the game. You know, they don't make the game any easier.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally there just to tell people that you have spent money on.
Yeah. It's exactly why I'm not spending anything at all. You will. I'll never do any of the. Sort of cosmetic items in Magic Arena. It doesn't help me.
To be fair, I did get the Soul Ring sleeves just because. But that was, I think that was off the, the really good offer that they did recently. Like, it was like buying, I think you got gems 2-to-1 on even the best ratio that you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff, so I just thought. Plus, the thing is, I use gems for constructed tournament play. It just turns them into gold. And that's a better ratio than $200. 200 gems. Because each tournament's like 90 gems. 500 gold. Well, if your win rate's above 50%, it's better than earning it.
Someone outside's having a bonfire. It's a warm day today, so I've got the windows open. It's like 25 degrees C.
Yeah.
And someone's got a bonfire going outside, and it's like wafting inside.
It's like
choking.
Convert that into Fahrenheit for our American friend.
It's warm. That's all they need to know. It has a warm.
225. So it's like 70. No, it's got to be more than 77 Fahrenheit.
It might only be, yeah, it's probably in the 80s, because like 40 degrees C is 100 Fahrenheit, isn't it? So it's like 80, like 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, fairly nice and warm in the middle of spring.
Let's try the bonus room with just the archer.
Yeah.
Just in case there's sneaky traps. God damn, perception skills not helping me out here.
Also, if you come across like a black pearl,
only the blackest of pearls. It's the name of the ship, wasn't it?
Yep.
In the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. Don't tell me lost soul. Well, that worked out nicely.
Yep, the perception skill didn't pay off though.
Well. That'll stop me getting punched a lot.
Yeah, that'll help the archer stay alive. 3 points in that. I'm gonna turn the archer into a glass cannon.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, isn't it?
Pretty much. Well, at least you can dodge now. You've got a little bit more in the way of stuff from the blacksmith.